Hey there, welcome to Cooking with Kenny G. Today we're going to be making a chocolate ganache. Now you ask, what is a chocolate ganache? What is that weird word? If you've ever had chocolate truffles before, if you've ever had a chocolate cake that has a nice coating on the outside, that's chocolate ganache. So super easy to make. I'm going to run you through the steps. There's only 2 ingredients that you're going to need for this. Now this one's going to be a vegan chocolate ganache that I'm making, but you can substitute out the coconut cream and just use full fat cream if you want and make it non-vegan. So let's get after it. For chocolate ganache, super simple, easy to make. I'm going to show you how to do it. So equipment, all you need, a little pot like this that you can put some water in, and then we're going to put a bowl on top. Now that's going to be our bain-marie. There's a French word for you, bain-marie. Again, this is part of our mise en place. 2 French words in 1 sentence, amazing. So the chocolate is going to go in there. We're going to melt that down, and then we're going to add it into the coconut cream. Again, this one's a vegan, so I'm using non-dairy cream in that. Now, if you wanted to use regular cream, you can. Now, you're also going to need a digital scale. Again, that's a little bit optional. Now, I'm using a digital scale because this recipe has a ratio in it, and the ratio that I'm going to use is 2:1. So that's going to make a fairly hard ganache, which, again, like I say, is the same consistency as you're going to see on a chocolate truffle. I want it to be a little bit harder for what I'm doing. Whisk you're going to need, a little rubber spatula, a knife for cutting up the chocolate. You don't need that. I don't want to have that there. So knife for chocolate. You only need those 5 things to make chocolate ganache. All right, so let's get started. I'm going to bring you a little bit closer so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to get my little bain-marie started, so I'm going to put a little bit of water in there, put the stainless steel bowl on, get it on the burner, and start heating it up. Now, the reason that I do the chocolate in that and not in the microwave, now you can melt it down in the microwave, but I like to use the bain-marie so I can see the chocolate melting down and get it to the right consistency they want. When I do it in the microwave, you got to kind of push the buttons and melt it and check it, and this is a lot easier anyway. Little less maintenance. So let's get that going first. Little pot with water in there. Just gonna put it on about medium heat and get that going. I don't want it super hot, I just want to melt the chocolate. Okay, 2:1. So 2 parts chocolate, 1 part coconut cream. Now I'm not gonna make a great deal of ganache. I'm just gonna use a little block here. Be careful when you're cutting the chocolate too, okay? Knife on the board, hand on there, fingers out of the way. All right, let's get it in there. I'm gonna go with 100 grams. All right, 100 grams of chocolate. That means I'm gonna need 50 grams of the coconut cream. So 100 grams of chocolate is 3.6 ounces. So I'm gonna need 50 grams of coconut cream. There you go, 50 grams, which is 1.7 ounces. 2 ingredients right there. That's all we need for ganache. I've got my chocolate now. I'm just gonna put it in that bowl. You can see a little bit of steam coming up there, so that's nice and hot. Just put that on, let that melt down. Got the blue glove here for taking that off. If it gets too hot, also too, when I'm holding it, I'm gonna stir it. So I'm just gonna let that go for a few minutes, melt down, and then I'm gonna heat up the coconut cream. Now I'm gonna do that in the microwave actually, because I don't wanna get another pot dirty. It's a small amount of coconut cream and it's not gonna take that long. Now, I just have to warm it up. I'm just gonna put it in for 20-second blasts. I don't wanna put it in for too long. Chances are it'll bubble over and make a mess in your microwave. So I'll just do 20 seconds at a time. All right, 20 seconds. Yeah, perfect. Just heat it up nicely. And what that'll do is it just smooths out some of the chunks of the coconut cream that are in there. Give the chocolate a stir. Chocolate's only been in for 25 seconds or so. Again, this isn't gonna take a super long time to do. I'm gonna bring you closer so you can see the chocolate melting here. Chocolate is melting, as you can see. Now make sure you don't get any water in there either, or any of that condensation. That'll tighten the chocolate up like crazy. Now just give it a stir, get that last little lump melted out. And then I'm gonna add the coconut cream, and the ganache is finished. Just gonna let it cool after that. And there it is, melted. Perfect. Just gonna take that off the stove, and then I'm gonna add the coconut cream into it. I'm gonna use a whisk for that too. Now I'm just gonna mix the 2 together. Now you ask, what is actually a chocolate ganache? Now it is an emulsion. So an emulsion is just basically you're bringing together 2 fats and then they're gonna stay together. So now I'm gonna add the coconut cream into it. There we go, mix that in. Nice and smooth, there it is. chocolate ganache. Done and done. Super easy. Took under 3 minutes, let's say, to do it. Not very long at all. Now what I'm gonna do with this is I'm gonna just cool it down, put it in the fridge, and then when it's time to use it, I just take it out, mix it up with a whisk, because I'm gonna make some rosettes for a chocolate cake, which is just a decoration for a chocolate cake. There it is. Thanks so much for watching. We're all done. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it some thumbs up. I know it wasn't a long one. We were together for a short time and a good time, but not a long time. Does that make any sense? Anyway, comments down below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button when you see it, and we'll see you on the next video. Chocolate ganache.